everyone. Welcome to Greater West Town's training partnership presentation of our vocational training programs. My name is Ricky White. I am the program coordinator for the shipping and receiving training program. And we have
Charlie Negron. Thanks for having me on.
all right. Here, what we're trying to do is our recruitment portion of the training programs, both of the training programs actually. And with the shipping and receiving training program, it's 380 hours of warehouse operations, UPS World Ship, FedEx Ground Systems, warehouse management systems, inventory control, and a host of a lot of things. The job readiness portion and certifications that you'll receive in our training program. And with our woodworking program, we have.
Our woodworking program is 450 hours of training. And basically what we do with the training program is teach our students to use machines that they would see in the typical woodworking shop to make parts for furniture, cabinetry. So they're learning different skill sets using a couple of projects, basically, to just put all that together and kind of learn that process. So they're learning math, print and reading. Mm-hmm. They're learning different types of construction methods, right? They're learning how to use the different equipment. Also, they learn how to identify different species of wood as they're doing that. And everything that they're learning is basically with the intent of getting them placed on the job after training is completed. So there is a lot in that 15 weeks that we'll give them. So as we continue on and stuff, we'll give them a little bit more insight into kind of what we're doing.
Absolutely. And in both training programs, you get somewhat of intense programming, but at the same time, you're getting a lot of knowledge out of both programs. Shipping and receiving, you're going to know more about the ins and outs of the training program and how we come together to make sure that our community and anyone that applies for our training program has the best fit for them, transportation wise, location of jobs and things of that nature. So we do our part, and we ask that anybody that comes in to do their part of just being attentive in our training program. So Charlie, what types of specific machines do you guys train on, just to start?
Yeah. So, when people probably hear woodworking, they're thinking maybe getting a little bit confused with construction, right? Because that's everyone sees construction, and it's all over the place here in the city of Chicago, right? It's all over the place. You go someplace a week later, you cannot identify the area because it's just changed. Construction, you're basically dealing with like electrical, plumbing, brickwork, right? You're putting up houses or buildings. You're doing all of those things, whereas woodworking, you're supplying everything that goes inside of that home or unit. So you're talking office furniture, maybe home furniture, tables, cabinets, the molding, the flooring, all of those different things. So whereas construction, if you're putting up a home, right, and you're framing, if things are off a little bit, right, not that much of a difference, right, versus if you're putting stuff inside the home, it has to fit in all of those dimensions, right? So it's got to be a little bit more precise. So when we're talking about woodworking, we're talking about equipment that's typically used. You might see some stuff in construction, but it's more towards a shop setting where they're using table saws, routers, band saws. They're processing lumber, right, to get it to a point where they could go ahead and make those individual components. Some of it's sheet stock, so they're learning how to, look at drawings and, again, break that drawing down to its individual components, right? And then they got to start making all those components to assemble. Because sometimes people see a drawing and they think, okay, I got to make the drawing or the dimensions to that drawing. Well, no, there might be some things in that drawing that might not fit, or they're sandwiched in between certain parts. So all those components are kind of important. We also have CNC equipment that we'll teach. So our CNC is a nested base router. So they'll do a little bit of learning on that. And the idea with our CNC is that we want our clients to understand more how the machine thinks versus looking at the user interface, right? Because that user interface might be totally different from one machine manufacturer to another. But the things that are not going to change is how the machine thinks, right? So the machine thinks left to right, front to back, up and down, right? So once they understand those axes, right, a student will be able to go to a different machine. They're still going to have that access in there,
Right.
and they'll be like, okay, wait a minute, I understand this, and they'll be able to program a lot better than just thinking about the user interface. So,
Gotcha.
so all of that comes into play, right? So, and again, it's 15 weeks. So, you want to give them a little bit of the qualifications for our training program?
Sure. So, coming through our program, things that you'll need to just get the ball rolling, because with our program, it's at no cost to you if qualified. So the process will be having your state ID or driver's license, social security card, birth certificate. And that's just to get the ball rolling so you can get well in depth and well into the classes, or well into the program, I should say. With our program, it's low income or no income based. And coming into the program, you'll get a lot of knowledge, and the only thing that you need to do is bring you. We supply you with all of the tools that you'll need coming through the training program, and supply you with transportation so you can get back and forth to training. And throughout like for shipping and receiving, the 12 weeks, we give you all of the insights and some of the basics of shipping and receiving, as well as with woodworking. With our training program for shipping and receiving is 12 weeks, but we consider it 380 hours of the training.
Yeah.
And forklift operations is included. Then we have teaching methods so you can learn how to prevent your company from being audited. That's first and foremost. And to give you an insight of how to care for your employer's products. Other things that we teach will be freight rates and freight calculations, teaching you how to order those trucks and get that shipment out. Using partial shipments and learning about UPS World Ship and FedEx Manager System to learn how to ship out partial, as well as going into freight rates and calculations to ship out the entire pallet. Learning more about cycle counting and inventory counting, making sure that you can keep track of everything that goes out with our training program and while you're working in your jobs.
Yeah.
So with our placement, we're looking good so far, and only thing that we need are you. And as we serve our customers, we make sure that we do majority of the footwork, but we're not going to do all, because nothing is really guaranteed. But we do our best, and we hope that everybody will do their best to come through their training, get their certifications, and get placed on that job.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. So the qualifications for the training program, basically a person has to be at least 18, right? They have to test at a 6th grade level math and reading.
Yes.
Be low income, right? Because you mentioned that training was free.
Yeah.
So if a person is receiving some type of public aid or unemployment compensation, or maybe they have a family of 4 and under a certain income bracket, right, that will qualify them for funding, so that way they don't have to worry about training costs coming out of their pocket at all, right? So, and other requirement, right, they're able to pass the drug screening.
Absolutely.
So, especially in a wood shop, we're working with machines that do one thing: they cut. They don't care what they cut, right?
Yeah.
So we want to make sure we're focused. And I know in shipping and receiving, they're also working with really heavy equipment, right?
Heavy
Rider trucks,
machinery, yes.
forklifts, right? So you got to make sure the students are focused. Now, you came to the training program as a student, right?
Absolutely.
So how did that whole insight kind of change, the way you're kind of teaching, or what do you kind of want to impart to the students as they're coming through? Because they're looking for the kind of same opportunities you were, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for me, coming through the training program, I thought I knew everything, but there was a lot of things that were taught to me by my instructors when I was coming through the training program. Although I knew how to drive the trucks, but there were other things that was taught to me. Mm-hmm. Learning more about the ins and outs of the computer and doing data entry and what paperwork goes with what. So, and really how to really ship out a lot of things instead of just being behind the wheel a lot and just loading and unloading, doing order picking, and just dealing with a lot of paperwork and data entry. That's what I really came to the training program.
So a lot of it is like inventory control, right?
Absolutely.
You got to make sure whatever's inside comes in, right? It has to be marked and set and kind of put in the computer, right? Mm-hmm. And then that product that goes out and stuff all has to be, counted.
Yes, definitely.
Parcel to parcel to parcel, right? So that way you're not missing anything and stuff. So I know we have a video, right, of some of our students from the last couple of classes and stuff, and they have a little bit of insight, and we want to be able to share that insight with you and stuff. So we're going to have them go ahead and just put that video on, and hopefully you'll be able to enjoy this.
I was in Harold Washington College. I was finding out that the academic pursuit of college wasn't necessarily for me.
I was just working.
I'm riding the CTA, looking at my phone.
I don't know, for this minute I've been feeling like I wasn't going anywhere, so I wanted to try something different.
I was actually kind of in a really dark place, a bad place.
And then I look up and I get a sign, a literal sign on the CTA, and it's Greater West Town training for woodworking.
I had an injury from snowboarding, and so I came back to Chicago to stay with my mom and try and recover from that injury. I had been saying that I was going to learn carpentry and welding for many years, and I just kind of never got around to it. I kept putting it off. I started searching for schools, and I found Greater West Town.
So I've always worked in the culinary field.
I had recently lost my job.
Your employment is not guaranteed.
You're easy to get replaced, or if there's no work, they send you home.
The pay rate is really what made me want to change. And I didn't really have that much help in school and stuff, so I kind of dropped out my senior year. After my senior year, I ended up becoming a father. And within that 3 to 6 months of him being in the womb, I was able to get my high school diploma.
I had to, get out of my little comfort zone and try out something new. This is totally a new industry for me.
After that, I started working, but then I was never able to go back to school until now.
I'm not content. I want content with being at the bottom. The temp agencies are the first to get sent home. Coming here was a good decision so I could have job security.
I like building stuff.
It's a lot more moving around.
Hands-on work instead of, slinging drinks in front of a crowd of people.
I stand in the same spot while I'm doing hair for majority of the day. This is precious.
They're both kind of a craft too, so.
I like learning new things, new machines. The tools have, some stuff you have to be a little rougher, some stuff you have to put like a light touch on it.
Like that I'm able to not just have to visualize the task at hand, but I just have the task at hand. I can feel the wood that I'm working with. I know exactly when something goes wrong because the wood will tell me,
My teachers are absolutely amazing, and I hope that they still here whenever you come.
About Greater West Town, what do you like about it?
It's amazing. It has helped to boost my confidence.
Great education, great training, great instructors, everything.
I like the fact that they care. They really care about their students.
I've had a lot of negative problems in my life before this program.
I have real high anxiety, and the instructor, Mr. White, is awesome with your anxiety. He talks me through it.
Getting my life together was something that was on my bucket list, and going back to school was something that was on my bucket list.
Planning to work for a company, move up in the company, and solidify myself in a position that I like doing, which is shipping and receiving.
Good for everybody, especially women.
They teach well, they be very specific, very detailed.
I didn't really think that I would necessarily have the ability to drive different, lift trucks or even use a cherry picker where you have to, be elevated, but I was able to do it.
We were really learning the safety. Like one of my instructors says, a good driver is not a safe driver is a good driver.
I like that challenges my brain because I'm not good at math and I have to use a lot of math with this.
Applying a finishing,
glue panels together,
using tongue oil, ripping.
I have never used a tape measure. I have never used a power tool.
Didn't know how to use a computer. I mean, I knew the basics, but I didn't know how to use Excel or Microsoft Word.
I didn't know none of the names of any of the equipment here.
Now I can use table saws.
And this is some heavy duty, heavy power.
CNC, big pieces of machinery.
Now I can go home and work on some cabinets. Or if there's some damage to something in my house, that I can use the knowledge that I have obtained here and I can fix it.
Wow, that was great.
That was great. I think the one thing that stood out with me on that video is basically the women, right, that are coming through and learning this. People get an idea or mentality that these are all male-dominated fields, which they are, but we're seeing a lot more ladies actually come in and kind of just show what they can do in a warehouse or in a wood shop, right? So.
And like I said, like Charlie said, there's no bounds. So for men and women, you can come in and learn this trade. If we can get our information posted up, we're at Greater Westtown. We're at 500 North Sacramento Boulevard. We're on the west side of Chicago and at the corner of Sacramento and Franklin. Chicago, Illinois, 60612. Our phone number, we can be reached at 312-563-9570 or 312-563-9028. You can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and you can actually apply online as well at apply/gwtp.edu. Other things throughout our training, what we've seen is the accomplishments that when they come through, they go through the whole 15 weeks, the whole 12 weeks, and then they gain certifications and completion of something in their lives.
Yeah.
And how excited that they are when they finish up and they finish up strong.
True.
Yeah. A lot of things, especially with shipping and receiving, we make sure that their families are involved so they can we can see and know that they have a good support system behind them. Is it the same way with woodworkers?
Yeah, unfortunately, I've been here long enough to see some of the results of some of our students. And, working at Greater Westtown for a couple of decades already and stuff, I've seen some of those students actually get into managerial positions or shop managers, right? And right now, I have students calling me back and saying, hey, man, we're looking for people, right? So, so that opportunities open up with our students that go on before the students who are actually coming into the training now and stuff. They've opened those doors. I call them wedges, right? Because they kind of open the doors a little bit, right? Yeah. And my talk to all of our students who are getting placed on a job afterwards is, go ahead and show them what you could do. Make some really cool stuff. Our students have, they're in all of these different industries, high-end architectural millwork firms where they're making the insides of symphony orchestras, office buildings downtown, musical instruments. People are making harps that are worth over $200,000. Wow. They supply those around the world. There's companies, cabinetry, homes, multi-million-dollar homes, and they're making the cabinets and the furniture for these homes. Wow. And I'm not going to paint all of this rosy picture because there's a learning curve, right? To be proficient. But, if you're that type of person out there, and we got about 5 minutes left, if you're that person that likes thinking on your feet, if you like working with your hands, give us a call. That number is 312-563-9570. We'll give you a tour. We'll invite you to come in for a tour, show you around the building, show you the shops, right, where the students are going to be working in, the shipping, receiving, and woodworking. We'll do a presentation for both. We'll show you where the students are working at. You might be seeing some of the students and the projects that they're making and kind of want to talk to them or have an idea of like, wow, this is really cool. So if this is you, again, give us a call and stuff, and we'll be happy to go ahead and talk to you, talk to you further, maybe give you some information. There's some other things that we didn't cover about classroom work. So usually in woodworking, we have about 65% of their time while they're going to be in the shop. The other 35%, they'll be in the classroom where they're learning, math and communication skills and computer skills and resume writing, right? Absolutely. They're doing that job readiness component, right? That career readiness part of it. So that all comes into play. And then there's some other holistic things that we kind of do just to kind of wrap around all of these services for all of these clients that are coming through in the training program, right?
Yeah. So it's like you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the academics of it, and then once you get the academics of it, you're taking it either in the shop or in the warehouse, so you can display and show up and show out, I should say. So, and with any and everything that you have and everything that you will accomplish and everything that you will get from this training program is beneficial. Again, it's at no cost to you. We're at 500 North Sacramento on the west side of Chicago, Illinois, 60612. We're on the corner of Sacramento and Franklin. You'll see our logo, which you'll see on us right now. You'll see our logo. And if you need more information, give us a call at 312-563-9570 or 312-563-9028.
If I can, real quick.
Yeah.
So we are still taking applications for our next class for woodworking. We're going to be starting July 22nd. So, if you're interested, give us a call. You can find us again at gwtp.edu. Look at the website. There's a page there where you could go ahead and apply online if you would like to. And that has our information and our phone number. You can give us a call for that initial step to come in and do a tour. Are you still taking applicants for shipping and receiving at the moment?
Actually, we are. Yeah. And we have just started the class just yesterday on 7/15. But we're still taking people in. And if you want to apply, just give us a call or just stop by. Again, 312-563-9028, 312-563-9570. Either or just stop by and just want to get a tour and get more of a breakdown of each and everything that you'll be going through, or just to make your decision, because you can get either or. You're not getting both. You can get either or, either one of the training programs. Again, if you want, or just want to just give a tour of the facility so you can maybe pass it along to somebody, please come through. So we're happy to show you around and give you more of a thorough breakdown of our training program. Just come on through and you'll either ask for myself or Mr. Negron or anybody that's on the staff, anybody on the staff will give you a tour and a more thorough breakdown and a lot of pamphlets about our training program. Again,
information. Information, 312-563-9570. You can go ahead and call us, go to our website, gwtp.edu. You can look at Facebook, I think the same thing, right? You'll be able to find us there. Instagram and Twitter, you said?
Yes, sir.
So, Twitter or X, formerly known as Twitter.
X, yeah.
So you can go ahead and check this out. And I want to thank you all for joining us in this discussion.
Yes,
Mr. Ricky, it was nice being here with you.
Absolutely.
And for everyone out there and stuff, we hope you have a great night. Thank you.